This is where I thrash.
You will hear me! I will be heard!
Oh my face!
Don't tell me to shut up! I'm warming up my instrument!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the From North to Wharf podcast, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for Bob's Burgers information. As always, I am Mike.
I'm JB. It's good to be with you guys.
JB, what is this? We are normally a YouTube live show, but now people are just listening to us as audio only.
I know it's like a bizarro world kind of episode, but it's where we started actually. If you've been with us from the beginning, we started as a podcast.
We did. And why are we doing a podcast? The quick elevator pitch as to why we're doing one?
It's a great question. Basically, we're very, very busy. And it's hard to lock ourselves down on Monday nights.
Yeah.
And some of the topics that we want to do or the interviews we want to do are a little more involved. So we're like, it could be nice to just have it as a podcast where people are going to listen to it on the go and not have to download the episodes from YouTube or watch us on like any other platform. So it's just easier to do it this way.
Yes, essentially we are doing the podcast because life is hectic and there's not enough hours in the day and we are just two mere men. But essentially what this is going to be is exactly what our live show was on YouTube. We'll discuss deeper subjects here involving Bob's Burgers. Where not so much reviews and news, that'll be saved for Instagram, where it's kind of an instant gratification kind of thing. But deep dives, speculations, and then just discussions on Bob's Burgers.
Hello, it's Brian Husky from Bob's Burgers, and you are listening to From North to Wharf, the podcast. And you know, speaking of podcasts, I have my own podcast called Bald Talk, but this is not the place to bring that up. This is someone else's podcast, so I'm not going to mention that you can get Bald Talk wherever you download your favorite podcast, like From North to Wharf or Bald Talk.
But for those of you who are just finding us for the first time, you're probably asking yourself, who the hell are these guys and why are they such an authority on Bob's Burgers to be speaking on it? And that's what we're going to do here for the first episode. We're going to reintroduce ourselves and explain to you exactly why we are qualified to do what we are doing here.
We're verified.
We're verified.
Very
Unofficial.
much so, yeah. Unofficial,
verified.
but verified.
JB,
Yeah.
who are you?
Well, I am, as you said, I am JB. So a little bit about me, I guess, and my relationship with Bob and Bob's Burgers. I have been a animation nut since I was a kid. Grew up watching Looney Tunes. I think it's still okay to watch it as a kid. I think it teaches you a lot of stuff. Grew up on like Hanna-Barbera, Disney, all that stuff.
Love the pronunciation there,
Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera.
And then also grew up on the cartoon on Cartoon Network and Snick and all that stuff. So loved all those. And as an adult, started watching like Dr. Katz, which is Lauren Bouchard's first show, and then started getting into home movies really with Adult Swim. And that kind of led into watching Bob's, where a friend was like, hey, you should check out this show. And it was a Crawl Space. And from that point on, I was hooked.
That was early. That was episode 2.
2, yeah. So it was just instantly, I was just like, oh, I get this. This is fun. I was laughing, having a good time with the jokes. They were hitting on all cylinders at that point, I felt. I know some people were skeptical, but I think it was good all the way from season 1. And from that point, it just kept watching. And then me and my buddy decided that we should make a trivia game for Bob's Burgers Trivia because it had been 10 seasons at that point. We're like, it's time. So
now hold it. I feel like you're burying the lead though. I mean, we create trivia. You created a board game.
I did. It's a very big board game.
It is very big.
It's very big. It's lots of pieces. It was an endeavor. I mean, it was a Monopoly-sized board. We made the board. It folds up. It was all graphic designed and everything. It had all the storefronts from the show. Each storefront was represented by, you answered a question, and then based on what you answered, you could get a burger topping. And the idea was to go around the board as one of the characters, making your burgers, and then they were worth points. So you would get like burger cards that had specialty burgers or regular, and you would just make as many as you could going around until you reached a score of 100, and then that was it. You were done.
Now, I know that was a quick elevator pitch for everybody.
Yes.
And in a future episode, I do want to go on a deep dive as to how the board game came about, how, like step-by-step process, how we got from idea to physical product.
Oh, that was a whole 2-year process, yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be a future episode where we dive deep into that. But that,
definitely.
So you made the game, but that led to another game.
Yes, it did. So we were like, how do we get this out there in the wild? So then Lauren was very active on, Twitter at the time.
Lauren Bouchard,
yes. And so he, we were following him and seeing like he was posting a lot. So we were like, you know what? Let's just add him and show him the pictures that we have. Like we took a couple pictures of playing the game one night and we're like, okay, let's see what he says. And I think literally within like a couple hours, he commented and then sent us a message and said like, we'll be in touch. And it just happened real quick. And then we didn't hear anything for a little bit, but then from what I was told, they were at a meeting and they were talking about merchandise things they should do. And he literally just passed a Post-it note across the table with our names on it and said like, get in touch with these guys. So that's how it kind of happened. We met with some people from Bob's on Zoom calls and we're talking about it. And we were really close to testing it. And then we ended up, it became Trivial Pursuit, which a lot of you probably own.
Yes. And if you don't believe them,
you can check the rule card. It's on the back. It says special thanks. And there's me and my buddy Will.
Yes. And no, I am not Will, everyone. He was before me.
Mike was too busy with his endeavor, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah, my origin stories.
From that point, I kind of wanted to stay in the world of Bob's. So for me, that meant any way I could, drawing fan art. I did all kinds of different things for fan art, and then eventually met up with this guy.
Pointing to myself.
Met up with Mike, and sent him a message, and was just like, do you want to do something that's Bob's related? And we had never met. We had never really talked. It was just out of the blue.
Actually, our paths crossed before that.
Oh, that did, yeah. You interviewed me about the game,
and I'll touch on that a bit. It was the Bob's Burgers podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Some would say the premier Bob's Burgers podcast. I wouldn't, but people certainly have. Did that for a couple years, myself, and I had a couple different co-hosts throughout the years. They left to go do Life, No Hard Feelings, and then I got burnt out, so I stopped doing it. And then during one of those,
you said it was hard to do it by yourself.
It was hard to do it by myself, and it was just boring, and I started to resent having to watch Bob's because it became a chore, and you never want you
don't want it to do that. No.
But one of the final episodes that I ended up doing was with the fine folks at Bob's Burger of the Day. It was a husband and wife duo. And then you and we were discussing, I think it was the Variety Top 10 Bob's Burgers episodes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And that was the first time our paths had crossed. And little did I know that a couple years after that, maybe a year after that, the pandemic hits.
Yes.
The world shuts down.
Everything shut down.
Lettuce Ketchup shuts down. I stopped doing it. Tried some other things, but it never really panned out. But I stopped doing it. And then I get a message during the pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic, from some rando guy in Columbus, Ohio. excuse me, and it was JB. And he said, hey, I know Let Us Catch Up isn't a thing anymore. Would you ever want to do something again involving Bob's? And I had literally stopped like 2 or 3 weeks before that, so it was fresh. And I was like, I don't know. And then immediately I wrote back, yeah, sure. Why not? And then didn't think much of it because I knew what it would take to do this.
Yep.
And how hard it was to get something off the ground and get noticed and get the ball rolling. But like when you find the right person, things just seem a lot easier than they should be. So I think us connecting, as random as it was the combination that we needed.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we started this, and we've been going hard for about 5 years now at this point. We've done the Bob's Burgers movie premiere, red carpet
That was
premiere.
huge. That was so fun too.
We'll
have to do a dive on that and the whole stories of how we got there. Mine's
absolutely
awful,
now that we can talk about all of it.
Yeah.
We've done Comic-Con for the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been very fortunate to be able to do that.
We do trivia at Comic-Con. We help run the meetup with Teen Apocalypse.
We've been fortunate enough to do interviews with tons of folks behind the scenes, whether it be writers, directors, producers, some of the actors. We've been fortunate enough to become friends with some of these people. So yeah, we're at the end of the day, a lot of folks kind of mistaken us for being part of the show. Just because a lot of the stuff that we do seems like not stuff that normal fans get a chance to do. Which admittedly we get to do some really cool things.
Yes, yeah, we have, and it's wild to us. I mean, there's so many moments that literally we will sit there at the end of the day and be like, what just happened? Like, how did we get here? Like, and we do this, I think every year we talk about this. We have like a conversation after an episode, and we're like, so what are the goals for next year? And we're like, let's just reflect for like 5 minutes on everything we did do this year.
It's really hard to reflect. Yeah.
It is hard. Like, I know, like, because we're always like trying to do new things, move on, make new designs, do this, do that, new logos. Let's do this. Let's build on it. We always want to keep building because as fans, the show has done a lot for us, and we love it so much that it's like we love that it also affects other people the same way. So we kind of like try to give that back the way that we feel about it. So, and I would agree with you, when you find the person to do it with that's like a great host, it makes it so much easier. Because like literally, I will send you a message and you're like, I'm already working on that.
Yep.
Or it's like, yep. Or like you'll message me and I'm just like, yep, I'm already thinking about it.
And the other thing we wanted to use this platform for, which we have for the last 5 years, is to not just showcase the show. The show is fun. Everybody knows about the show. It's been going on for 16 seasons. It doesn't need our help. But we use our platform to showcase the fans.
Yes.
And their love of the show and their artwork that they do and the various forms of expression that the show brings out in them. We use that to showcase out to a bigger audience. Now, again, we don't get high off our own supply here. We don't like the smell of our own farts, but we understand that we do have a platform, and to use it in order to shine a light on other artists, like up and coming artists or folks who are just doing fan art in the on their back of their binders. I mean that is a what's the word I'm looking for? That is a honor for us to do, to be able to because let's say a kid who has an Instagram page that has maybe 100 followers may not get like the views that they want, but if we help like put their stuff out there, then that stuff gets seen by folks on the show, other other followers, and then their fan base grows, and we're all just helping each other out. And that was one of the main things that we discussed when we started this, was like, how can we help the fan base?
We wanted the fans to feel as connected as we do sometimes, because we're still very much several degrees out. But it's very much like we're a little bit closer than most people can get. So for us, we want people to, if we get to do some fun experience, we want other people to kind of feel it and be part of that too. Yeah. And that was a big part of it too. And we also like wanted to showcase, everyone knows the main six, the voice actors. They know who they are. most people don't know some of the writers, or they don't know the animators, or the storyboard artists, or the revision people. So we interview them and talk about their story to get to Bob's. Because a lot of them, it's very wild. We've talked about like how Lauren has basically built an environment for creative people that they don't want to leave. They really like it. It's more of a family. The family itself, the Belchers are like more caring and kind to each other, and he tries to reflect that into the show as well, because it starts from the top and goes down. So I think for us, it was also, how do we show that and give those people some attention that they deserve, and then also it became almost helping people understand the animation world a little bit too, because we wanted them to understand, like, it doesn't just happen. A lot of times you gotta make connections, do your dues, do this kind of stuff, but then they would tell us like, oh, make sure they know how to do this, or they can get on YouTube and showcase their art and do this, and they might get noticed. Like, we've had people like Simon, who's come on and told his story about how he did the Archer Bob's crossover, and Lauren literally messaged him. He's like, do you want a job? It's just crazy how Bob's has been able to connect with fans from the get-go and really try to embrace the fans more than anything. Like, we went to the movie premiere, and it was literally half fans and half execs. We were just cosplaying. Like, there's no real reason why all those people should be there, but he's like, they should. They're the reason it's here. So, and then the cookbook, the burger book, like, literally that was written by a fan. Like, there's lots of nods to like the fan art episodes. Like, they love the fans. So for us, it's like, how do we connect them and make them feel as close to the show as they can, and show how much like we love it. So we want people to be like connected on that level too.
I like to think we're a good ambassador, a good bridge between the show and the fans.
That's really kind of what our goal was to start out.
Like, demystifying the show a bit, and like, hey, that 20 minutes on screen, here's how that all happens within 6 to 9 months, and here's all the behind the scenes stuff, and here's the people that make all that happen, and they have some of the best stories. So
yes, they do.
Not only do we like to showcase the fans, we like to showcase the behind the scenes folks who may not get the recognition that they so rightly deserve. But yeah, that's always been our MO here, is to shine a light on the fans, the folks behind the scenes, bring you closer than maybe you expected to ever be. We're going to do more interviews with some of the cast members, some of the voice actors. And when we do stuff like that, we usually submit questions from you all. So again, we're just regular old folks, just like you all. So we like to bring you along for the ride when we can. And that's, I mean,
even for us, we get super giddy just to see them message back. Be like, yeah, I'm down. It's like, really?
That's if you've been along for the Facebook or for the YouTube live ride, you know exactly what we're gonna do here. And for those of you who don't, we're bringing you along for the ride behind the scenes, and just getting you one step closer to the show we all know and love. So. But yeah, that's about it. In the coming episodes, we're going to talk about the holiday episodes, JB's board game and the history of that, our whirlwind 48 hours of attending the Bob's Burgers premiere, and just a lot of deep dives and long conversations about the show we all know and love.
Yeah, it's really just about fun topics that you may have thought about but never really got to talk to like fans about. We want to help you have those conversations, whether it's with us and you submit a question to us and we like do a deep dive and answer it and bring people on to answer those questions either from the show or outside of the show, or it could even just be more of like a broader question and we just take the deep dive, watch the episodes, analyze them, and point all the things out that maybe you didn't notice. Because there's even times where we watch an episode and we're like, I never noticed that line from Gene. Or I didn't notice this person in the background. It's a continuity thing from this person from like 3 episodes ago. Or this connects this holiday episode to that holiday episode. So we love to find those kind of things and share it with you, because as fans of the show, we love finding that stuff.
But yeah, that's what we're all about here, and that's what we're going to bring you on hopefully a weekly basis, starting January 1st, which is when this episode is going to go up. But if you can't get, or if you want to see more of us, or you can't get enough of us, follow us on Instagram at North to Wharf. Search Facebook, we're at North to Wharf there as well. Twitter, North to
We're
Wharf.
always going to call it that.
Blue Sky, just search North to Wharf. YouTube, we have a YouTube channel that we're you can go find all our previous broadcasts along with our long form trivias on there. And then the podcast. You should be able to find us on all the podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, others. But yeah, on behalf of JB and myself, this has been the very first episode of the From North to Wharf podcast. Your unofficial but verified, that only makes sense on Instagram, one-stop destination for Bob's Burgers information, and we will see you next time.
We did it.
You get out of here, you hear me? Never look back! You are dead to us!